Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another discussion thread, and today we have this thread right here called "When are NPC parties going to take refuge inside castles?" This is on the forums, and we have some dev replies talking about features that we are going to see soon, so I thought, why not show it off to you guys, right? Like always, it's going to be linked down below, and let's get right to it. So the original poster says, so back in Warband, castles were important. They basically allowed parties to escape from enemy forces which were larger, staging raid and conquest operations from there. Castles in Bannerlord aren't important. I'm going to explain why they are important, but I get his point that they should be more important. There should be more changes. So I agree there should be a lot more changes, but there are currently changes that do make castles a little bit better. But let's finish reading. NPCs won't take refuge inside them and will continue running from a larger force until they are caught or they flee. They will go right by a castle or settlement entrance in the meantime. Lords enter towns to replenish their resources, but not to escape an enemy. As a result, lords don't fight defensive sieges unless they were caught inside a town while replenishing. From my obvious ignorance as a Bannerlord AI programming, I initially thought this would be a natural fix that would come up soon after release, but at this point, however, I wonder if the devs forgot about it, as I also wonder why no one else seems to be bothered by it. Anyways, there goes. Treat this as a friendly reminder. Love the game, by the way, and thanks for the effort in making it. Cool. Alrighty, so for people who don't stay in the loop, right, and who might see this video but haven't seen it in my previous videos, so castles currently, what they have that the towns don't have is it's only minor things, but they here they are pretty much. First, the AI prioritizes taking castles and then taking settlements. So castles act kind of like if you own the castles around a settlement, or your friendly clans, whether you're a vassal or a ruler, own the castles around your settlement, the castles will be attacked first. They're pretty much, once the castles are taken out in the specific area that you're in, then settlements will be taken. So it's kind of like a first defense in a way. It's a little bit minor, but it does help protect settlements, and it becomes kind of like the strategic point to actually hold. With that being said, the next thing is all villages that are connected to a castle have this power gain, that all the nobles that are in these villages that are connected to this castle, they have a power gain, a daily power gain that they receive. And what power does is when a noble reaches 200 power and above, they will start providing noble troops to recruit. The noble troop line to recruit, right? Not just the regular recruits, the ones that cost a little bit more, and they give you a lot higher tier troops at the end of it if you fully upgrade them. That's how you can get the best archer for Britannia, and for every other, what's it called? And for the Empire, for example, that's how you get the best horseman, is through the noble troop tree. And that's kind of how castles are a little bit better. This is a recent change, by the way, like 2 patches ago. They're a little bit better than towns because towns don't have this. So pretty much close to like later in the game, maybe 5-10 years down the road, what happens is castles in terms of recruitment are very, very good. And if you want to get the noble troops, you want to go to villages that are connected to castles rather than villages connected to settlements, because they don't have that passive gain. So, not every single noble will have that. Now, they are going to implement soon the auto recruit to garrisons, and also the wage sliders when it comes to your garrison as well, which will improve both settlements and castles. So technically it's not just a buff for castles, but they're also talking about projects, extra projects in castles that will improve the castle strength and also the villages surrounding its strength, to like repel raids. And also, since the AI likes to take castles first before settlements, if you can really beef up your projects inside your castle whenever that update drops, it'll make castles a very good strategic point to hold. But that's pretty much what's going on in that realm. And now let's see what other people have to say and also what the devs have to say. So I agree with you, another player says. And then we got a +1 from another player. I agree. It would be a good thing for the NPCs to make the decision of actually hiding inside of a town instead of just continuously running. I think that makes sense. Now the dev reply says, today added here is. Okay, so he literally just added today. He saw it and he just said, all right, I'm going to add it. Well, I guess this one came on March 10th, right? but he saw it today and he added the change. Okay, so now as you can see by this picture, if you scroll over the party, and obviously I'm pretty sure hold Alt to get more information. You can see it says right over here, I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen, but I'm going to read it out to you. It says running from Rogan's party, which is the player currently playing, to settlement. So it actually tells you that, hey, he's actually running away and he's going to use the settlement as cover, which is good. Let me reset that. And then the dev states it will be in the game at 1.5.11, not 1.5.10. Okay, so we're not going to 1.6. We're still gonna do 1.5.10, then 1.5.11. And if you guys don't understand why it's like that, and you're wondering why is it 1.6, why is it 1.5.10? Because here's how it goes. So the 1 usually stands for oh god. Okay, so the 5 is like major updates. The 10 is very minor updates, and then I'm pretty sure the 1 is like game version or something like that. So you can literally end up at like 1.52.350. That usually doesn't really happen, but all these numbers stand for is just what type of update it is. All the way to the right, it's usually the lowest form of updates, like it's a very small update. Whenever this number changes in the middle, those are more major updates, and then the 1 is like most major of major. I don't know how to explain it, but that's why you see it not actually resetting to 1.6.0, but actually staying 1.5.10. That's why I can explain it. And then it says, because new added, if it breaks something, it can be removed for a time, but currently working without problem, it will go to tests. Okay, so he says it's just added. They're going to try to bring it through the test. Hopefully it works good, and if so, we will get it. Cool. And he says, thank you very much. Other person says, thank you. And then he says, he asks a question. I see this as a town example. Does it work for castles as well? And he says, yes, they can flee to towns or castles. Cool. So we'll make the NPCs actually smarter in that regard. Alrighty. Cool to see. And like I said before, in terms of castles, they are going to make them beefier soon. And obviously the power gain, which will pretty much make castles the go-to place to recruit the noble troop tree line if you want to actually get it. Like if you want the noble troops, that's the best place to actually go. Because settlements, while they will have also over 200 power nobles, they won't have it at the same rate like come late game. You know what I mean? Past 10 in-game years, pretty much almost everybody in the castle, or every noble and headman, which is like the head of villages, all of them will have noble troops late game, and settlements, only a couple will. So there it is. But hopefully that was informative. We are going to go to 1.5.10 and then into 1.5.11. Okay, that's cool. And obviously there are a lot of changes that we are getting to 1.5.10. And also today we did receive 1.5.9 going to live with no beta actually. And people were very shocked by that. Very kind of like, oh my god, what's happening? Why is there no beta? This, and that. They just wanted to bring it to live. They added some more little changes. It wasn't anything really crazy to report on or make a video on. But yeah, don't worry. They're still gonna make another beta. They're still gonna keep going. They just thought, why not bring it to live, because they could. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Ask me any questions and concerns, and like always, stay safe.